Maren was 72 years old and lived alone in a quiet neighborhood in Oregon. Every morning, she watered the flowers her late husband had planted years ago and waved to anyone who passed by. People knew her as the kind old woman who always smiled, baked fresh apple pie for neighbors, and never asked for anything in return. Her small white house wasn't expensive, but it held a lifetime of memories. Every wall carried a story. Every room reminded her of the family she had spent decades loving. She believed that kindness always found its way back. Then everything changed. Someone Maren trusted decided that her age made her an easy target. They believed she was too lonely, too quiet, and too old to notice what was happening. Important papers disappeared, promises were broken, and lies slowly surrounded her. Behind friendly smiles, they expected her to give up without asking questions. For the first time in years, Maren cried herself to sleep. She sat in her favorite rocking chair, holding an old family photograph, wondering how respect had disappeared so quickly. The silence in the house felt heavier than ever. But before going to bed that night, she looked at herself in the hallway mirror and quietly said, "The truth still matters." The next morning, something inside her changed. Instead of arguing with anyone, Maren began writing everything down. She organized old documents, saved letters, copied records, and carefully kept every conversation in a notebook. She visited the local library to learn about her rights and asked simple questions whenever something didn't make sense. She stayed patient because she knew that facts speak louder than anger. Weeks passed. The people who had taken advantage of her confidence laughed behind her back. They believed her silence meant weakness. They couldn't have been more wrong. When the day finally arrived, Maren calmly presented every piece of evidence. There were no dramatic speeches, no shouting, and no insults. She simply placed the documents on the table, one after another, allowing the truth to speak for itself. The room became completely silent. Every excuse fell apart. Every lie was exposed by clear facts. Those who had underestimated her could no longer hide behind false stories. They were forced to accept responsibility for their actions. Maren didn't smile with satisfaction. She simply gathered her notebook, thanked everyone for listening, and walked away with her head held high. In the weeks that followed, something unexpected happened. The same neighbors who had once overlooked her began stopping by just to say hello. Young families asked for her advice. Children waved as she worked in her garden. They no longer saw a fragile old woman, they saw someone whose quiet courage had earned everyone's respect. Maren never spoke badly about the people who had wronged her. She believed that carrying bitterness only made the heart heavier. Instead, she filled her days with flowers, books, and long walks through the neighborhood she still loved. One afternoon, a young mother thanked Maren for reminding her never to stay silent when something was unfair. Maren smiled gently and replied, "Strength isn't about being the loudest person in the room. It's about standing by the truth, even when you stand alone." That became the lesson people remembered. Maren's revenge was never about hurting anyone. It was about refusing to let honesty be forgotten. Her courage proved that age does not weaken the human spirit. Sometimes, the strongest person is the one who chooses patience over anger, dignity over revenge, and truth over fear. Thanks for watching my video.